YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and we are back with Patchy the Daemon Prince. He's happened to hand Sigvald his own shiny butt because he declared war on us for no good reason. So we're going to teach him a lesson in humility, if we shall. So Patchy had last taken Cliff of Beast, was ready to move on. We had some pretty funny comments from the last one. I'll get to a couple of those here real quick while we're in the first one. Muhammad, and I think someone else said Cornholio unit or single entity for Beavis and Butthead. Someone else had said Cornholio and Zinch for my bunghole. So we're getting some nice Beavis and Butthead references. I like how we just beat Sigvald, like literally just beat him, and he's already back in that second stack behind us there. Check that out. Like, just beat him like 2 or 3 turns ago probably, and he's already back. It's giving us the auto-resolve, and it's doing it without any unit losses, so I'm honestly just going to take this because I think the auto-resolve is being pretty kind to us. I mean, we could probably win this because I think our units are just better, but let's go ahead and just take it. And where are we at right now? Are we in the Slaashi province? Let's throw some Slaashi glory. Just to kind of throw shade on Sigvald. We'll give glory to Slaanesh for defeating him. So that ought to make him feel even more defeated. Let's see, Route Marcher, and then Lightning Strike. Let's work on Lightning Strike. I think it's going to be important for the campaign. It usually is. Our iridescent horror is Appius, of course. He's Patchy's seamster, making his souls out of the making his clothes out of the souls of his fallen enemies, which I think was the comment there. I like that. So Patchy no longer has tattered clothes because he is clothed in the souls of the defeated, which I think is good. And then someone else mentioned Terhilius. I do miss Terhilius and his stories. They are absolutely fantastic. So we love Terhilius' stories. If y'all aren't familiar with it, you have to go back and look at the Archaon campaign and check out some of the sweet stories that Terhilius would throw in for all the characters and stuff. He probably made that campaign single-handedly what it was, I think, with his epic stories. Now, someone said this was Corn Hub back here. Jeez. The name of the province. And I guess, in a way, it is. So, not entirely untrue. Let's throw in the building that's going to give us better garrison. Let's go ahead and run the upgrades and then save a little extra cash in case we end up underwater here a little. I say that. I'm actually going to do this one because that's going to give us more garrison as well. I want a lot of garrison because I want to make it very difficult for the AI to get past us. I'm going to go ahead and stay here and replenish a little bit. I don't love this. We need to push against the Twisted Towers, and I don't know. We might go ahead and do it. I think I'm going to go out here and go ahead and push towards the towers because they are... We defeated their armies, and they may not have any defenses, and now may be the time to strike. Like, we'll go ahead and replenish some and strike while the iron's hot here before they've got any defenders, because we're going to have to push them out. Looks like we're going to have to rip up this entire province. I think Sigvald took it. This is not the direction I want to be going, or what we were supposed to do for the campaign, but it is what we are going to do. We got asked for candy corn. Trantor says this is some sort of chicanery. And then Senchibat says corn dogs. Patchy's Pound needs an agent. The Master of Hounds and Mr. Mustard. I love it. I love it. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Face your accusers, so we can pay for a little bit of extra control. I don't think we need it. And I'm running fairly short on money. Looks like Sigvald is indeed trying to replenish forces at the Twisted Towers as quick as he can. There's a reinforcing army here that's working to get to us as well. We're going to have to act quickly here, which I don't love because we've still got a lot of units that are thrashed up, but we're just going to have to get the job done. The auto-resolve is once again going to hand us a victory without losing a unit, so let's take it. So we are quite low at the moment. We haven't done any Nurgle, and Nurgle might help us replen faster, so let's throw some Nurgle stuff down here. And then let's see what we get here for Nurgle. Control and garrison. Growth, income, casualty replenishment rate. Wow, a whole 1%. It's very generous, CA. It's very, very generous. Very generous indeed. Well, we do need growth. The growth is over here. Oh, whatever. I'll just start here. We'll do things a little different. We're replenishing at a decent clip here. It's not good, but just have to take what we get. We got the rotting nourishment, so replenishment is just bad for the Demons of Chaos. It was really, really bad when the game first came out, and now it's just a little bad instead of being really bad. We could get this one here to drop a lot of upkeep for our corn units. Let's go ahead and finish Lightning Strike first, I think. And get Appius set up here with his fully upgraded... Well, let's do Earthing, so we're not overcasting as much, because we don't want to take damage from that. Volcano's Heart, nothing to worry about there. Force of Decay, let's see. Let's just kind of sit on some of our cash again. In case we end up in the negative, we could always get attacked from the opposite flank. I think we have an agreement right now that'll keep us safe, but I'm not 100% sure. Salty Boz says, those who do not bend the knee to the Prince of Patches will suffer in fire and flame. One word, suffer. Enemy has become a vassal. We don't want another war, so let's just make peace with the vassal here. Yeah, we don't want any more wars. Wintertooth is coming back to take their settlement. I figured they would have been here sooner, to be honest. What I'm worried about is them sailing across. That's why I've been building up the garrisons, is to try and make it more difficult for them to sail across. That was actually really unfortunate timing that we get down there, declare a war on Wintertooth just in time for Sigvald to come in here and ruin things by starting his own war with us. They are still sitting on a full stack down here. It is a mostly trashy stack, but there is some decent infantry right there that we're going to have to respect. That's really frustrating. How come we're not replenishing any faster with the camp? That's irritating. I like it when the camp makes you replenish faster. Now it's not. So I guess what we'll do actually is, since we can't replenish faster with the camp, I think I'm just going to swap over into an ambush stance and scooch up and see if maybe this army will be tempted to make the move towards us. They have a couple agents nearby, so they may spot this. But it's always worth a shot, you know, on those situations. Always worth a shot. Let's go ahead and... let's save a hair bit more cash here so we don't just run completely into the dirt. We're running kind of close to the line here. Like, one or two ill-timed attacks could leave us running in the negative, so I want to have enough money to kind of cover me for like 10 turns or so. If we were at, like, say, negative, you know, 200 or 300, like, so I want to have plenty of cash on hand because we may have to fight our way back out of this. We have hardly any money. We're fighting a war on a couple of fronts. We got our Juggernaut mount, and he also picked up a Blood Throne. Let's see which one I'm going to end up... Oh, look at that. They left their settlement undefended. How stupid was that? That was very stupid is what it was. Let's go ahead and just keep pushing. They must have fallen... Yeah, they fell back to the fetid catacombs. So the AI playing it uber safe there. We took almost no losses, so that's good. We're going to keep throwing some Nurgle. I guess the good thing about those Nurgle buildings is if I start building more than one, we could end up with better replenishment rates pretty quickly. Let's see. How did we end up with the Blood Throne so quick? The Juggernaut's a cool mount, too. The Blood Throne drops our damage a whole bunch. The Juggernaut gives us a little better mobility, but I'm trying to think. The Blood Throne... Totem of Endless Bloodletting, so it increases the attack of everything by 8, and that's pretty darn awesome. Then we have a passive replen going on here. Looks like it's just for that character, though. And then, of course, Hellblade is for the character specifically. So, I don't know, the Blood Throne might be useful into blobs of infantry. So let's hang on to it for now. Look at all this. It just keeps increasing weapon strength. I love it. Like, that's very, very corntacular here. Let's go ahead and grab Foe Seeker, though, because it helps just a little bit with the vigor regeneration. The AI is clearly very scared of us. They keep falling back. That's a difference. Not a chance. Catacombs, Palace of Princess. So this one kind of stretches across the coast, and then they've got another one over here. And it looks like Sigvald has something back here that he's alive on, because this looks like it belongs to him. Yeah, so the Decadent Host is in trouble. We're right up against it with Valkia, too, and we really don't need to fight with Valkia. So I'm going to ask for a non-aggression pact, and let's balance the offer. She wants a lot of money. I'm not really thrilled with this, but let's do it, because we really don't want to follow-up war with her, because she's going to have a ton of troops. Be a big pain in the butt to fight, so let's see if we can call a draw with Valkia. I guess Patchy's like kind of asking her on a date. You know, saying like, please, don't fight me. Let's go to the movies instead. Mike Kondo says there should be some unit that could be corn off the cob, or maybe butter boys for some marauders. All right, I'll have to throw some of these names in. And our deck says, come on, Air, I think you're missing the obvious here. Corn on the clobber. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. You guys are really taking these corn names to the next level, and I appreciate it. So let's get some of these out there. Let's take care of business. We got these Chaos Warriors that need some names. So here's corn on the clobber. I don't know if it's all going to fit. There's corn on the clobber. And then let's do corn off the cob. Might as well. We got buttered corn there. And then we've had an ask for candied corn, but we've already got corn on a stick. We've got the corn pops. All right, so we don't have any more corn names at the moment, unless the dogs. We've got the corn dogs. We still got a flesh hound here. So maybe these are the... We got the corn dogs, and maybe these will just be the mustard. All right, the corn dogs and mustard. There we go. We got it. Our Chaos Furies. I thought someone had like a good flyer name, but I'm not sure if I remembered at the moment. I don't want to fight this unit in the settlement. That'll just lead to us having to face all the towers and stuff as well, which will just be a massive ripoff and extra kills on us. We don't want that. Arcane Conduit. Let's step forward into our ambush stance like this, and see if we can get lucky and pull that army out of there. Like I said, there's some agents here, but this right here is like crack for the AI. They really feel compelled to go after those minor settlements. So I'm hoping to use their addiction against them. We'll see if it works. So we'll also see if the payoff of Valkia ends up paying off, or if we just end up at war anyway. I mean, we've got a fairly strong army. I feel like it's not going to be really easy for someone to just bowl over our army in a one-on-one. However, that said, like if we start getting pinned by a couple of... Yeah, it worked. So we picked up an ambush here. Let's go ahead and throw down on the ambush. Let's get some satisfaction. And we'll do this one in a cinematic battle just because we can. Sigurd Packmaster has many regrets in life, folks. He is a Norscan warlord, but before that, he made some mistakes. He left the gate open on the pen for his pet mammoth. It got away, but then it later came back and trampled his younger brother. So that was a mistake. There was another time when he was at the grocery store and Cheetos were on sale. There was a buy one, get three free. But he instead decided to save his money for something responsible, and he missed out on several bags of Cheetos. And now he decided to go attack a settlement because the AI is addicted to it. They have to have it. And he ends up paying with his life. His army is ambushed, and you can see that Patchy's army has his Norskins well and truly surrounded. You can see they are literally fighting on both sides, which is perfect. So this is an epic ambush. And I'm using all of my speedy units to just jump right into their Marauder Horsemen and prevent them from being able to cause any serious damage. But Patchy himself's going to come over here, dish out a little bit of pain and suffering to these fools of Sigurd. See, he's looking pretty fancy. You know, the clothes have improved. I mean, he's mostly naked, but that's better than the clothes he had before. And that shield is a nice accessory, as is that collar, you know. I think Patchy's looks have improved quite a bit since Empire Total War. No one's going to be making fun of his clothes anymore. That's for darn sure. In fact, I don't think anybody's going to be making fun of him anymore, because this is going to be what follows. The warriors of chaos that were fighting for Sigurd realized that they picked the wrong team to fight for, so they are now fleeing. And you can hear the glorious sounds of the corn mower as Killscribe sits over here counting happily from his throne atop the corn mower. Folks, that was a slaughter worthy of Khorne, if I have ever seen one. So we are going to throw some glory to Khorne. Skulls for the throne, folks. Hold them immediately? There is no need to exert yourself more than is necessary in making a show of things. A river of nobler blood will yield sufficient before we get this sword of swift slaying. I mean, we're going to kill all the nobblers. Oh, sweet. The Knights of Immolation. Dang. Ooh, and the Heralds of Khorne's Fury. Oh, we getting some good units here, folks. Errands of the Poxbog. Yeah, we're getting some sweet units.
Daemon Prince.
All right, so that army got slaughtered. It let them escape, even though they got caught in an ambush, and let them retreat that far away. I want you all just to see some of the CA please there. They escaped from the ambush without getting to the escape point, and got to go all the way back there to safety. It's little stuff like this that is really irritating because the player does not get such benefits. I understand that it's on a higher difficulty setting, but some cheats don't actually make the game harder in a meaningful way. They're just irritating and unfair. Anyway, here we go. Let's get back into things here. We got hit points. Yeah, let's do murder because we want the hit points. We want to jack up the hit points every time you have an opportunity. Obviously, we love the weapon damage as well.
Reigns. Leave only gore.
Alright, so we've got ourselves another easy victory here. Our army is rolling right now. It's a pretty strong army, too. Pretty happy with it.
Vanguard, the ruinous crusade.
We're making some decent cash at the moment, which is also good.
Champion.
I've got that one building over here, which is giving a little bit of casualty repelling rate. We get a little bit of growth from the port. Let's do Nurglings and Plague Bearers. Plague Bearers spawn. Rotflies spawn. Let's go ahead and just do the... Well, let's throw this for now. We're making a little bit better cash now, which is great. We're going to be able to replen this turn. The Palace of Princes is our last objective.
Madness. No.
These guys are trapped behind enemy lines. Valkia has not yet KO'd Sigvald, but could be up there working on it. The reason I say that is because I no longer see her here. So let's keep working on Sigvald's goons here. We've got a decent bit of money, so let's use it to improve some here, and let's go ahead and end our turn. Alright, so we come out of that turn in. The Palace of Princes is in our sight. And that will complete the Cold Mires. Our army is replenishing nicely. There's a lot of Slanesh corruption here still. This ought to help us get rid of it for good. I like that, how it shows me that up there. I haven't noticed that before, so I'm glad. So there we go. We got a Nurgle province. Oh my gosh, we got Knights of the Brazen as well. We can't even afford all these units probably, though. We are going to throw them in at some point just to make sure we can really steamroll just any army we run into. I'm going to keep dropping the cost of our Khorne units because there are a lot of Khorne units that are going to be at play here, and I like Khorne's infantry as a base. I'm going to keep throwing that because it's saving us a significant amount of gold per turn. Keep going with murder so we can get more hit points. And Palace of Princes. Let's see, they've got exotic animals here, which gives extra Nurgle glory and generates Nurgle corruption. That might be good. We need to push the Nurgle corruption up. Let's do it just for fun. Just for fun. And let's go ahead and build the Palace of Princes here. We still got the Silvered Tower of Sorcerers, Blood Mountain, and Infernius up here that need to be hit. They will likely send an army behind me pretty quickly if I don't keep some really hard pressure on them. I'm worried Valkia is going to fight us regardless, and the reason I say that is because with us growing a lot of territory like this, it always entices the AI to just attack you. So that's typically what they do, is they're just going to throw an attack on us. Alright, let's end... Oop, we have a... We can give a commandment here, and let's do the Nurgle Corruption one, which also gives us some nice growth there. I like that. Alright, end our turn. Alright, so they moved this kind of tattered army in behind me. This is an annoying move the AI will make. They don't want to fight you. They want to just get in behind your lines and be a nuisance more than they're going to actually be effective. Good news is some of these places, like the Fetid Catacombs, is slowly building up some resistance. Like, I don't know if it'd be enough to beat this, but without them being able to replenish, they're going to be in pretty rough shape. I can't quite reach them and kill them, so I'm going to ignore them for the moment, as annoying as they are, and I'm just going to push deeper into their territory. Because that army can't cause me any real long-term harm, but I can cause them permanent harm by getting in here and removing their final settlements. I don't know, I haven't done a full Tzeentch province here, so let's do that one too, because that maybe open up more units for us. Now, some people are saying you can mix and match things. That's true. We'll try that later on. You all give me some good tips as to how you like to mix and match things, and then I will try to work through some of those mix and match provinces. But go ahead and get in the comments and tell me some ways that you like to mix and match for best effect. Okay? How does the Folly of Malefics look? Great. I'm worried if I spend my money here, I'm just going to lose it. So let's wait a turn and see what that army does. And then we're going to have to take a peek at the Silvered Tower of Sorcerers to see whether Sigvald is building an army there, whether he's under siege, like, to know whether I should hit it or Infernius first. It kind of just depends on what we get up there and see. So we'll need to do a little bit of recon before we make that decision. Hopefully this will be the last thing we have to clean up here, but something tells me that Valkia is just going to... I mean, she's a Khorne faction. They don't exactly go around with diplomacy in mind. She very well could, you know, just turn on us and start fighting. Wow, it's going to actually give us a victory here. We don't deserve that, but it's the victory I'll take.
Rejoice.
Alright, the Howling Chalice is going to give us diplomatic relations with Khornate factions, which would be really helpful right now, because we certainly need that with Valkia. So let's take the Howling Chalice. In fact, let's take a look at our relations with Valkia. They are improving. They're friendly and improving, so this is hopeful that we might be able to not end up in another chaos war here. But, I mean, it is chaos, and as the name suggests, it is chaos. Oh, yeah, he's getting hunted down by Valkia. Let's let her do that, and we'll go ahead and snag Infernius here. And we'll let Valkia handle that. There's no reason to even go over there. Sigvald's got his arms full. And if Valkia takes the Silver Towers, I would like to have control of it, you know, since we did all this work, but whatever, it's no big deal. In fact, we may even be able to leverage giving her some of these provinces if we decided to, just to, like, get the relationship up higher with her. So we might be able to turn her into a long-term friend, potentially, by doing that. Let's see, so, looks good here, looks good. Got a little bit of money left. That army down here is defeated, so let's go ahead and maybe build the Fetid Catacombs. We're making some more cash here. Things are looking pretty positive. We can stick another point into Vengeful Companions. Now it's going to drop the upkeep cost of our Khorne units even further. So now we're paying nice low upkeep on our Warriors of Khorne. Look at that, only 107, 119 for those. You know, I mean, so we're paying some pretty low upkeep on the Khorne units here, under 100 for the Marauders here. Oh, we don't have a name for this unit yet? Candied Khorne? Yes, it is Candied Khorne. Alright, there we go. So, we've got the units now. Speaking of, I wonder, Regiments of Renown. We can't recruit them because we've got our army. Oh man, we got the Bringers of Beguilement. That unit is bananas. And then we've also got the Hellforged Host, which we get a nice reduction on upkeep. So they're only 188 on upkeep. So, you know what? I love you, Candy Corn. I do. You guys are great. I'm going to merge you, though. And I just named you, but we're going to fire you. We're going to bring in the Hellforged Host because, yeah. Alright, so we got the Hellforged Host. So we're gonna bring them in. I guess we can rename these units if you all want to. We can figure that one out. So we're paying pretty high upkeep on the Sibilant Slaughtercade, decent bit on those Demonettes, a decent bit on the Near Guard, and quite a lot on the Seekers as well. So I mean, we have a decent number of Slaaneshi units here that we could get a reduction in upkeep on, but I'm not even sure that I don't really want to hold on to the Sibilant Slaughtercade. I think on the turn when I have enough to recruit, I going to get rid of the Sibilant Slaughtercade and bring in some of those Khorne cavalry because we're going to pay less upkeep on them, and they're going to be significantly more powerful, I think, than the Sibilant Slaughtercade, and they won't be as niche, like, you know, only being good in an infantry blob. Like, we could have them be good in, you know, blocking things and taking on SEMs and that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's going to be the better play. Look at this. Sigvald somehow gets away from Valkia and comes after our settlement, leaving his utterly undefended. That's hilarious. I don't know what Valkia is doing. Like, take care of business, Valkia. Thought you were a representative of Khorne here. I'm guessing Valkia is probably sieging. I don't know. Yeah, we got eyes on. Yeah, she's wasting her time sieging and just letting Sigvald run off. How typical for the AI. We can catch Sigvald and kill him. That'll give us some nice money, and it'll give me a battle to play and let you all see it. It looks like he has really dipped into the coffers of the Regiment of Renown because he's pulled out Bilious Thundergruff. He's got the weird spawn and the Demon Spew, so he's digging deep. Bilious is going to be a bit of a pain. We'll have to make sure we get into him, but let's go ahead and fight this. Okay, I've got the army all ready to control. I'm going to do this battle where you all can see how I'm going to control them. We did the last one on the cinematics. I think I'm going to go ahead and just roll double Flesh Hound on this side and shred these Chaos Warhounds. Those guys are going to be of little concern to me. AI's trying to get to my flank here.
The Daemon Prince.
Really no flank for them to get to, and then my Flesh Hounds are vastly superior to their Warhounds. Throw some infantry out there to clean that up a little extra. They are YOLOing me with their hounds. I'm gonna get down here and help counter that YOLO. I'm gonna weird spawn their Forsaken. And the Forsaken are going straight for my armor anyway. And I'm keeping an eye on Thundergruff because I'm particularly interested in KOing him. Swing around, we've cleaned up the flank.
Spreading ruin!
Just a Marauder unit, so let's crush it with our own hounds. Bring in the reinforcements. Where's Thundergruff? Right here? Alright, so I want to go after Thundergruff. He ended up away from my halberd infantry there, which is not exactly what I want, but it'll be alright. Let's roll the summon here. Alright, so Thundergruff's gonna have the claws after him. Let's get our sorcerer up here. And a final transmutation. We'll get Thundergruff and Sigvald all in the same roll. Sibilant Slaughtercade needs to keep rolling. I see a good rear charge coming up. There we go. So Sigvald's getting some unpleasant attention. Let's bring our Lord in over here. Let's get a little bit of help right here to these Marauders. They're kind of in over their head at the moment. In fact, I'm going to send our Sorcerer over to help them out. Here comes the Sibilant Slaughtercade. We've got that other side on almost a certain route. Our Marauders still broke through over here, but they are taking on a spawn, so got one Hound that needs to throw back in here. Yep, we crushed right there. So I can bring the Demonettes back to finish Sigvald, and Bilious Thundergruff is getting absolutely owned right now by Patchy and the claws, the severed claws. Let's trap Thundergruff here and finish him.
It brings destruction.
There we go. I'm gonna swing Kill Scribe over here and let him put some finishing touches on this fight. He should be buffing all of our units in the vicinity with melee attack, and then if he gets enough kills, his Hellblade will take off as well. There goes Thundergruff, so he's out. Sigvald's KO'd by the Demonettes. So, pretty easy time here. I mean, we just had superior units. So, you still want to control well so that you get a pretty, you know, pretty clean engagement. Let's slow down Sigvald, let these Demonettes chew him up, and I'll bring over the Spew and the Hounds to make sure he can't get away. Let's see. We're still playing cleanup over here with some spawn. Our own spawn did quite well. The weird spawn got in here and helped hold and bust through in the right places. They're good at sundering armor and, you know, having that what do you call it, the shield helps quite a lot. Yeah, just these guys will chew up Sigvald. The Demonettes do AP, but Sigvald's hard to hit. He's a good duelist. He's got really high melee defense. And he could have a ward save on him or something else like that too. So Sigvald is not easy to hit. He is a tricky customer. Very powerful. Don't underestimate him. The good thing is in battles like this is that you don't have to underestimate him, but you can mostly ignore him, because as tough as he is, he doesn't usually cause like rapid breakthroughs. He can't fly around the battlefield. He doesn't have the mount, right? So the best way to take care of him is just to kill everything else and then focus him. That's usually the way I like to handle it, at least, because obviously you can see here he routes, and he's a lot easier to kill. You can see how tough it would have been, you know, if we'd had to just fight him the whole time. So that's why I don't focus him a whole lot. If you have the units to do it, you can. Like, obviously, there's units that will deal him a lot of damage and make life difficult, but yeah. Okay, we'll throw some Tzeentch Glory, because that's kind of what we've been dealing with in this province, and we're a little bit behind on Tzeentch Glory anyway, as far as like using it to unlock parts and units and all that other kind of stuff. We did not quite have enough movement left to retake Blood Mountain, so we'll do that. And honestly, that's going to pretty much end it for this episode. There's really not a whole lot else here that we need to be particularly worried about. So Bloodthirsters, Soul Grinders, Bloodthirster, War Shrine, Soul Grinders, Corn. So that's all buffing Soul Grinder. Let's see if there's Riders, Inspiring Presence. So we got Unholy Terrors, which is buffing the infantry, and then we got this Bloodthirsty here, which goes for the better units. So and those are probably like the only super important like buffs to our Corn units. Let's just kind of see what else is down here, and just make sure we're not missing something pretty important here. Melee defense, yeah, I mean nothing huge there. Control in the province, or Spectres of the North. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that we could probably just start doing the reduction on the Slaneshi units. We've got a few of them. There's really not a whole lot over here I'm super worried about spending all our skill points on at the moment, so we'll just make our army cheaper to upkeep. Retake things here. Let's get in here with Appius, the Seamster, and take a look. He could throw down training, but let's just keep working on his magic. I think this is a really good way. We can summon horrors, or we can do this one, which augments the winds. Proportional to the number of friendly units in range, up to 3. I mean, we definitely want to be able to summon units. The summons can be really good. Get him in behind the lines, let him shoot the people in the back. Give him missile resistance, because he's going to be pretty vulnerable to that type of thing. Finish off murder here for Scribe. Scribe likes murder because then that means kills. We got a whole bunch more things to go through here. So we're going to have a whole bunch of buffs still coming as we work our way through these. And I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with more soon, so keep an eye out for it. We've ridded ourselves of Sigvald. I say that. I mean, not entirely dead, but we've effectively rid ourselves of Sigvald. And now we can indeed go get focused on subjugating Norska, which I believe was our next objective in this campaign. So we've got ourselves kind of a long, thin swath of territory back here. So I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.